Hey guys, it's Tanya here. Thanks for watching. So I started putting on my makeup for the day and I realized I might as well use this as a drugstore tutorial. And because I told you guys April's going to be all drugstore month and I filmed a whole bunch of videos already around that, I figured while I'm doing my makeup, I might as well put drugstore makeup on and then use that as well. I'm also going to do my final review and thoughts on the new Velvet Mousse lipsticks from Hard Candy, but that'll be a separate video. That is what I'm wearing on my lips. That's why they're already done. So I've already put my primer on. That is the only thing I'm wearing that is not drugstore. I also already applied my Dream Lumi, what is this one called? The Touch Highlighting Concealer. This one is in the color Radiant, so it's the more pinky toned one. I do tend to use this under my eyes. As you can see, it really brightens things up and I really like this one a lot. So I do have that on already. That's all I'm wearing. So I'm going to also go in with my Dream Touch Lumi Highlighting Concealer in the color Ivory. And these are just stick pens. I just use these on myself because they aren't something you can really sanitize. So I'm just going to apply some of that kind of sort of around where I've applied the lighter color. And then I'm going to blend it down into like a triangle. And then down my nose, on my chin, and then a little bit up here. You always look so crazy when you get this first step on. But you can see like this really does brighten up the face really quickly. The foundation I'm using today is my Dewy and Smooth Maybelline. It's the Maybelline Fit Me, but this one is in the Dewy and Smooth formulation. It's normal to dry skin, and it's 110 Porcelain. So that's the foundation I'm going to use. I think I will just use my BH Cosmetics number 117. It's kind of like a slanted brush. These remind me a lot of the Sigma HD brushes. I'll just put a couple pumps on there and then just drop that onto my face. And then I'm going to blend it in. Now this one is actually quite light for me right now. I didn't expect my skin to still have so much color. I'm assuming it's from when I went to Mexico. I actually sometimes prefer the BH ones to the Sigma ones, and I'll tell you why. I find the Sigma ones to have a lot of density, like a lot of bristles, where these ones have a little bit less bristles, which some people are going to think, oh, that makes them cheaper, but actually it makes them more movable, which is why I like them so much, because I find especially with these angled ones, I get a lot more movement when I use the BH Cosmetics ones than when I use the Sigma ones. Okay, so to set my concealer, I'm using my Morphe E57. I actually really like this for setting. I'm going to use my Maybelline translucent powder. This is like the mineral powder. I don't even know if they have this anymore. But I like this brush for setting because it doesn't suck up any of the product. So I can literally just put it on the brush and then pat it in. And yes, you heard me right. I called this setting, not baking, because baking is something you do in the kitchen, and setting is something you do to your face. So in my most recent video, I talked a bit about the NYC Sunny bronzer and how it's completely matte and it looks a little bit orange, but I wanted to show you guys what it looks like on the face. So I just use a huge brush because I don't like my bronzing to look too fake. So this is like a BH Cosmetics massive fan brush, and I will just literally cheeks, jawline, and forehead. And this is that side of my face bronze. You see the difference that creates than the white side on this side? And I tend to just do this with any kind of looser brush that I have. And the smartest way I have found to do this, the easiest way, is to take any leftover powder so that you're not wiping it all the way, but you're using the powder to wipe away the rest of the powder. Does that make any sense? Probably not. The way I say it probably doesn't make any sense, but it does work. A little bit of powder, and then you just blend it away. Do you guys see how bright that is? Like, it just looks amazing. Really liking that. Now the next step for me is going to be eyes, and I'm going to use the Levatics by Demi. And you guys should know right away, like, I really want to do drugstore week. I'm dying to try some new eyeshadows that I haven't even shown you guys yet. That's these ones, and I'm not going to use them today because I'm going all drugstore for you guys. So we're going to start with the Levatics palette, which is this one. Now it does kind of have like a shade guide on the back, like you can do discreet, glamour, or smoky. I'm just going to do what I want because that's how I work. So starting with a flat brush, this is just the Urban Decay shadow brush that came in one of my Naked palettes. I'm going to take this kind of yellowy matte tone color, this one, Right there, there's the third color in. So there isn't a lot of powder coming off of these, which is nice. And I'm going to put that all over my eyelid as a base to kind of sort of cover up the color, because I do get some redness in my eyelids, and I'm going to run it up a bit. I am going to go into that crease with another matte color, but just to start kind of sort of setting what I want. I'm going to take this more yellow toned matte color, or more orange toned matte color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in, this one, and I'm going to put that in my crease. Again, this one has very little fallout. It doesn't seem very powdery, but it does seem pretty pigmented. That one actually is coming off more brown than I expected it to. I didn't expect this to be so brown. They actually are blending really nicely, I'm not going to lie. For drugstore shadows, I'm quite surprised. I'm going to take a pencil brush. This is my Morphe M412. And this time I'm going to use this kind of shimmery shade here. This one, the shimmery shade and this dark shade. I'm going to mix those together. I'm going to start with the shimmery shade and see. Let's do the dark shade first in this area, and then I'll use a flat brush on the shimmery shade. And this is just to create a lot of dimension in that outer V. See, I won't pull that in too much, just on that outside section. Other side. So back to the flat brush. I'm going to take a lighter tone shade, this one here. This is the fourth one in. It's kind of like a pinky. It looks really pretty. And I'm just going to press that onto the lid. Let's try my finger. I'm not getting a whole lot of payoff from this shadow, which is kind of sad because it's very pretty. A little bit. It looks really nice. I'm going to do this on this other side as well. I would say that this shadow definitely seems to be applying better with my finger. I bet you if I had used an eye primer, you would get more out of it as well, which I did not. Let me try this more peachy one here. This is the peachy shimmery shade. Okay, this one I'm getting a little bit more from, and I really kind of like it. It's adding a more peachy shimmer to the eyelids. Yeah, I like that one a lot. So overall, I would say this is a great palette if you're on a budget. It's gorgeous neutral colors. You can really do a lot of looks with this. I wouldn't use the sponge applicators that come in here. But the shadows themselves are really pretty. They blend really nicely, and you can get a really nice look. Like, I'm really happy with this. So that palette is a win for me. And I don't think, for me personally, there aren't a lot of drugstore palettes at that price point that I would recommend to you guys. So the fact that I really like that one is a big thing. I'm also going to use the NYC Levotics by Demi mascara in this video. I wasn't going to use this one yet because I've got a few other open ones on the go, but I really want to try this brush. It's kind of like an hourglass shape, it says. Well, that's not bad. That's one coat on this side. I'm going to put one coat on the other side as well. What I like is the second coat is not clumpy. It's not clumping up the eyelashes. It's just adding a little bit more color to them. So that's 2 coats of the mascara. I feel weird doing my makeup when I already have my lips done because everything already looks so put together. So overall, I would say that I'm really, really happy with that. Now I'm going to go ahead and add blush. And I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Pearlescent or Heather Silk blush. This one I really like because it's matte. But it is crazy pigmented. So I just tap my brush in it. And then I tap my brush off. And then I will just apply it lightly to my apples. Yeah, I'm not joking. This stuff is crazy pigmented. Yeah, that's really pretty. I like that one a lot. Now I was going to use the new Wet n Wild Geometric Highlights, but I found this. I've had this from Hard Candy for a while, just kind of sitting in a drawer that I haven't been using. This is the Twinkle Star Highlight Duo. There's 2 of these. There's another one and there's this one. This one I find to be a little bit brighter than the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and apply these today. I'm using my Hakuhodo brush. This is my Hakuhodo for Sephora brush. And I really like it. It's kind of like a teardrop shape. I'm going to go in with the lighter color first. So I'm just going to blend my brush in this. Oh wow. This is really pretty. On the other side I want to use it wet because you can use this wet or dry. So this is wet. It does kind of look a little bit more sheeny than this side. So I'm going to go and apply the wet side to this side too. The other duo is a little bit softer. It's 2 lighter shades. They remind me more of the Hourglass highlighters, where these ones definitely have a kick. So yeah, if you guys liked this look, I think it looks really good. I'm happy with it. It's good for drugstore makeup. I always like think that people think they have to buy high-end products, and you don't. There's lots of really great makeup in the drugstore that you can create a really beautiful look with and not feel like, oh, I'm compromising because I'm using drugstore makeup or whatever it may be. I love this hard candy highlight. I think it's beautiful and glowy. I'm really a fan. I'm also loving the hard candy velvet mousse lip products. So I'm not going to reapply this one, even though it does need to be reapplied at this point because I've been wearing it all day and I want to do a time review for you guys. So that's why I'm not reapplying it. Otherwise, I would for this look 100%. I hope you guys enjoyed this first drugstore tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.